We have a very special show today. It's not a normal show. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a beer show. We're gonna talk about growth hacking and the maturity of growth hacking. And my dear friend Nicolas, I need a beer with this. Do you want one too?
I think that's a very good idea, Michael.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
So, growth hacking.
Yeah. Cheers.
On growth. On growth. When I started looking into the growth hacking business 2-3 years ago, it was pretty new, and what we saw was, I call it the icebreaker approach. Anything was possible. They went really wild, way too crazy experiments, and now we are in a different phase. So what I want to do now is I want to first quickly talk about a bit of strategy, then move into some tactics, because we have you here, so we have to talk about tactics. But before we start, explain to our viewers, who are you? What do you do?
Sure. Hi, I'm Nicolas.
I'll be drinking.
I'm Nicolas. I'm one of the partners at Growforce. We're a growth hacking or growth marketing agency, as we like to call it. We really help companies grow. We make sure that they get more leads. We make sure these leads convert in customers and just that their business grows.
So where are we now in the growth hacking stage phase? Maturity, index level thing. I'm pretty sure now we talk about it, you're going to make something that you can download, get an email and funnel.
Sure. I guess there will be plenty of downloadable links underneath this post, so check it out. So first of all, I don't like the term growth hacking so much anymore, because it has the word hacking in it, and some people might think that you're doing illegal stuff. Yeah, you're cutting corners. You're doing
like
illegal.
It's like a very short. It's a hack.
Yes, but a hack doesn't have to be short term. It can have long-term effects. But the hacking, it has the feeling that you're doing things that might be illegal, that you're doing shortcuts, that you're finding these quick fixes. While I'm more a fan of the growth marketing approach, where you really do something to really grow your company, and it has an effect on your marketing.
It's also sustainable.
It's sustainable, and it makes it a bit more mature. It feels more mature with that term.
So do you see, because it used to be like small companies trying this? I would have a feeling that it's more larger corporates looking into it.
Sure, that's definitely a trend that we see happening. That in the beginning, of course, it were like startups that need to try to find ways to grow their company very fast. They don't have big budgets to do these big banner campaigns, to do television ads, radio ads, and so on. So they were trying to find smart and new ways to get the attention of their potential buyers, get in their leads, and so on. And then the term growth hacking started, where with the growth hacking methodology and all the way of how the process should look like. There was mainly startups, but what we see now is that bigger companies, they see, wow, these startups, what are they doing? They're moving so fast.
And they're not spending money on it.
They're growing like crazy.
Imagine I spend money on it.
But it's crazy that they see that it works. And they see if it can work for such a small company with limited budget, have this kind of results, then it should be possible that a big company like ours, for example, a bank, for example, we should be able to do something as well to scale this out and to have a...
So if we look to growth hacking now, what a corporate or a scale-up or a startup doesn't matter actually comes to you? What's the strategy actually? What are the 3-4 steps that you guys look into?
First of all, what is super important for me is their mindset. That I want to first create a team of people. That it's not only growth marketing is not only something of the marketing team. While traditionally you have your marketing silo, you have your sales silo, you have your customer success silo. With growth marketing, we bring them all together. So that's the first step. I really try to do in companies, that I bring these people together. We say like, look, shared responsibility, together we're going to grow the company. So first thing, you need to have that team with the right mindset. Super important. And the next thing that we try to introduce is to have a process. Because a lot of companies, they read about growth hacking. For example, they read the stories about Dropbox, Airbnb, they're like super cool.
Tinder hacking, I've seen some stuff about
it. There's a lot possible. They see these cool things, they want to implement them, and they're like, okay, cool, let's move on to the next one. And they constantly just like execute, brainstorm. But it's super important to have some kind of loop where you make the time to brainstorm, to prioritize, find these experiments, find these hacks that can really have an impact. Not only short term, but can really have a long-term impact, and that are, if they're successful, that are scalable. And then also take the time to analyze these results, see why did it work, why did it fail, because a lot of your experiments will fail, I will tell you that. You will need to be able to learn something from that, then pivot it, and then the circle starts again. But that's super important that you're able to have that in your growth DNA and have that
Who would run that? Who would be responsible? There's always one.
Yeah, the thing is... The
head of growth?
Yeah, your process is facilitated by your growth manager, your head of growth, whatever you want to call it. But how we then do it in companies is that then the responsibilities are within the team. Yeah. The growth manager is only there to facilitate that process.
Yeah. Orchestrate.
Yeah, but the moment that you come up with the ideas, every one of the team is responsible for his or her experiment.
Yeah, clear.
He doesn't need to execute it, but he needs to be able to coordinate it. And if someone has to write copy for that, maybe from the customer success team because they need some stories, then he will chase that person. Mm-hmm. And then you have like a team that's going very dynamic, that's working together, and you have that person at the end who is responsible for his experiment that when you have the growth meeting is able to talk about it and say, this is what we learned and so on.
Where do you think this will go?
I think that the next phase will definitely be new platforms. New platforms come and rise, so be prepared. Like you see the rise of TikTok coming up. We'll just need to make sure that all these new channels that you're prepared to play on these, that you have your flow, you have your way of working, and it's not because yesterday Facebook and LinkedIn were working that tomorrow that will be the same. So be prepared, keep an eye on all these new platforms and experiment with them. You will fail in the beginning, you will get no likes and so on, but be early, make sure that you see how do these work and how can I then in the future use these for my business.
Having said that, the Chaos Show is on Pinterest and TikTok also. Now, I think it's time we drink our beers at ease and we catch you later. Thanks for watching and check out Nicolas's LinkedIn. I mean, it's packed with, you're giving away so much stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So much stuff. Check it out.